Friends and colleagues, what are you passionate about? Passionate.
The Passion Show on CFRU 93.3 FM Guelph, Ontario. With Wizard.
I'm a water wizard, Harry.
With
Hello world! You are listening to The Passion Show with Wizard on CFRU 93.3 FM. It's a do-it-together radio show, all about passions and the people who have them. My name is Wizard.
And my name is MUTZI, Cameron Dickey.
MUTZI Cameron Dickey, yeah!
It's your boy world.
It's your boy, it is your boy world. That's the world we live in, your boy world.
I'm very excited to be here.
I'm excited that you're here.
I'm a little bit nervous because, I consider this my big break. And so, I'm trying to bring my best self forward, Wizard.
I can tell you that at least half a dozen people are hearing this.
I'm very excited for all their ears.
Hey, that's like more ears than I would expect to normally hear me on any given day. So, yeah, half a dozen. It's 12. Half a dozen people, which I suppose adds up to about a dozen ears, doesn't it?
I think it's my breakthrough.
This is your breakthrough moment.
Those dozen ears are all heavy hitters.
Oh yeah, that's important people. Important only if you're listening to this, you're an important person.
You are.
You're sitting right there. Look at all three. There are 3 audience chairs today, not just the usual one.
Hey, I love it.
Yeah, if you want to imagine where they are, you can just imagine them right over there.
I think that the good people at home are also very excited for the 2 bums sitting in these seats right now, too. The chairs
true.
that matter.
Our dear listeners, they're tuned in just for us. It's kind of an amazing thing. Don't let your ego get too far ahead of that. But definitely have an open ego, an open heart. A little bit of pride is not a sin. That's what I always say. The people who would have you believe that pride is a sin are the people who want to keep you down, prevent you from flying. So be proud. They do want to hear us.
Okay.
Our 2 bums in these seats.
Okay. I'm going into it proud then.
All right.
That's something I think one of the things I'm hoping to talk about today is essentially things and material things related to my passion.
Material things.
One of the traits of material things is that they are in fact material. And, it's an odd spot to be in where you're like, I'm kind of proud of these little collections of things. But, I might shy away from talking about it from time to time just because I don't want to just be all about my things, want to rise above that material culture a little bit.
Stuff.
Yeah.
No, it's kind of interesting, right? Because I feel like there is this real hard kick against material culture because society at large is so materialistic. But then again, the whole world is made of physical stuff. And we shouldn't I think it's a shame to allow that reality to force us into total no materials allowed
100%
mode. The physical stuff is beautiful.
Agreed. And a lot of these things, they mean a lot to me, and I'm excited to talk about them. And, I think even the most diehard minimalists, they still love a little bit of stuff, It's just a little bit of stuff compared to a lot of bit of stuff.
That's kind of where I am.
Yeah?
But then again, I also do have a record collection that I've been fostering for the better part of a decade. And I love those objects. And the bigger that collection gets, the happier I am.
Yes.
So just because I'm a minimalist when it comes to cutlery or, I don't know, things on my desk, doesn't mean I don't take a great pride in certain objects.
Yeah, I feel like a little bit like Ariel in The Little Mermaid, where it's kind of, look at this stuff, isn't it neat?
Wouldn't you say my collection's complete? Wouldn't you say I'm the girl who has
stuff?
Hey, that's something. Ariel's a great character. I love Ariel.
Yeah.
People give her a bad shake for wanting so badly to have legs. They say she's shallow, but I think it's shallow. I think that criticism itself is shallow. I think it's great. She sees what she wants and she goes for it. She's like brash. She's young. She says, "Put me on that land. I don't want to be stuck in the sea."
Yes.
And to shame her for that, I think it is weak.
Oh, yes.
That's my hot take. I think there are some people who would disagree with me about that, but I think Ariel from The Little Mermaid, she's got something to prove, and I respect someone with something to prove, someone who's willing to cross the threshold.
Yes. That is a beautiful hero's journey that Ariel undertakes.
It is. It's true.
Yeah, and man, stories are neat.
I love a story. I love
good
a story.
stories. I brought in a whole bunch of books that I think are really neat.
Perfect.
And so, yeah, I'm hoping to do a little bit of reading from them today.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Should we tell these people how we know each other a little bit?
I think that's a great idea.
I think we should do some stage setting.
Okay.
It's I think a testament to you and to our easy rapport that we hop right into banter.
Oh yes.
But it's funny to think, like, even I'm good friends with a lot of people who come on this show, but for whatever reason, we always seem to start with that sort of introduction level. But you and I think we go so far back into I think you might be the person who I've known the longest who's ever been on this show.
Yes.
You and Brandon McIntosh, who's playing a show tonight.
Okay.
And him and I did the same thing. We barely talked for 1 second about his passion. We just talked about our lives the whole episode. But you and I go way back.
There is a lot to talk about.
There is a whole lot to talk about.
There's a lot that we can't talk about.
And there's a lot that we shouldn't talk about. There's a lot of forbidden memories.
Yeah. Nothing terrible.
Nothing terrible. Only beautiful, crazy, reckless things.
Yes.
At good old summer camp. Summer Celtic camp. We endorse Celtic camp.
Oh, yeah. It's the sponsor of today's
It's a great
video.
Oh, man. Could you imagine? Come on. Pay up, camp.
I'm sorry to the listeners, too. It is not a video, but if only, because you would love to see these beautiful smiling faces.
It's true.
We
are reminiscing right now. We're having a giggle.
Waxing poetic.
We used to live in a cabin together.
Yeah, we used to live in a tiny little cabin. Wizard had one side, I had the other.
I had side 2, you had side 1.
And we were camp counselors. And we did a really great job in that role, if I do say so myself.
I would really tend to agree. I look back on that with a lot of pride.
Yeah, our cabin and the people that were privileged to share that space. They experienced a lot of joys. A lot of laughs for sure. I think that they encountered new passions via our stuff too that inspired them.
Yeah, I brought my records.
Oh yeah,
and you had a lot of stuff in your side too.
Oh yes.
Yeah, over down in old Rockies.
Was a great
Rocky's
spot.
cabin.
Yeah.
Isn't that funny? That's the only year I brought my record collection. And I would play Jamie XX in color on vinyl every night. And that record actually just had its 10-year anniversary.
Oh yeah.
Isn't that strange? And that itself, I mean, I think that record had only been out. I think that was a new record back then. Because that was the spring of 2016. It's been it's been 9 years. Which should put we had kids in grade 8 in our cabins. Those kids are now 23.
Woo!
Isn't that something? 14-year-olds, 9 years later, 14-year-olds become adults.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that a surreal thought?
It's a transitionary age too, like
big
that,
time.
They're growing into their personhood in a big way, and yeah, we were great role models for these kiddos.
I was always really proud to be part of that.
Mm-hmm.
This moment right at the end of grade 8. You're coming for your field trip. You're about to go into grade 9. A lot of those kids knew that this was like their last hurrah with some of their close friends.
Mm-hmm.
They'd be like, yeah, I'm going to John Galt High School, and Buster Brown is going to Philip Dangus High, Philip Dangus, a Cole Philip probably, or Saint Johnson. And so then they're here and they're seeing us, and it's like, okay, we're coming in at this powder keg of a moment, putting a stamp into their lives. Like, what's it gonna be?
It's like they go into it, and it's thanks for 10 years of education with our school. Here's one big reward for you to knock it all off. It's this time at Camp Celtic.
Yeah, you get to live in this this plywood box with a man. Hopefully it's one of the good men who work there and not one of the weird ones. Roll of the dice. Oh, you got Wizard. Congratulations. Your decade gets to pay off and a fun little weekend.
Oh, yes. Weird but good.
Weird but good. Or, you got MUTZI. You got one of the jackpot.
Mm-hmm.
You get a blessed experience. You get to see your counselors having a rap battle and slapping each other in the face for your entertainment. Yeah.
It was great.
It was great. And now we're here.
Mm-hmm.
Now
and we both
here.
live in Guelph.
And we both live in Guelph. Isn't that funny? We both circled all around Ontario and wound up here.
I would love to share just a little bit about one of our kind of adventures that we undertook with one another.
Please do. I'm excited. Where is this? What adventure will it be?
This is a couple years back, post-COVID. We were very excited to spend time with one another.
Uh-huh.
And we were like, let's hang out, but let's make the entire experience just like so much better by trying to prepare the best sandwiches that we could
I
muster.
remember this. Oh, man.
And to top it all off, like, let's play some Red Dead Redemption. And that was a really great hangout. That
was such a memorable hang.
Mm-hmm.
That was probably within a month of me moving to Guelph, too.
Mm-hmm.
That's when I lived on Paisley.
Oh, yeah.
Isn't that funny? And then I left downtown, then I came right back. I said, I miss you downtown. I miss you, St. Patrick's Ward.
Mm-hmm.
Put me in.
St. Patrick's Ward is the spot to be. I really love that spot.
It is the best neighborhood around.
Mm-hmm.
And we're neighbors now.
Do you feel like one of the things that you are passionate about is the city of Guelph?
Oh, yeah. 100%. I love this town. I can picture myself staying in this town for a really long time. It's almost to the point where I think the only thing that would take me out of Guelph is the thing that would take me out of Southern Ontario.
Mm.
You know?
What would that be?
I don't know. Like if I ever move out east or out west or somewhere different or like way up north. But it's like, am I going to KW? Nuh-uh. Am I going to Toronto? Nope. Like any job opportunity that could come my way in Southern Ontario, it's like, I'll just commute. I love Guelph too much.
Yeah, I love it a lot too.
And Guelph's the only place that has CFRU 93.3 FM. So that's, which is the radio channel you're listening to, by the way. And so, yeah, I'm supposed to plug that every now and then. I always forget, though.
100%.
But here we are with our CFRU 93.3 FM. Keep it tuned in here. 93.3, baby. The best number I know.
I found that in my time in Guelph, growing up, I really underappreciated how important this space was to me. And moving away to London, Ontario.
That's right. I always forget that you started as a little Guelphite.
It was very odd because I think I moved away during that kind of transitionary age where you're angsty and puberty ridden. And was 14 years old when we moved away.
Man, that boggles my mind. What an age to move cities.
And at that time, I was so angry, but it was all in recognition of the fact that like I had really underappreciated how much this community and like the land and the shops and the friends and teachers, how much that really meant to me. And at 14 years old, really swore to myself like I'm gonna be back there again.
Yeah.
I just don't know when. I wanted to make it now, but couldn't. That wasn't in the cards. And so it was a really cool, validating feeling to come back here later in life and live in the ward and reflect on these kind of childhood memories that I miss so dearly when I was in London, Ontario.
And to know, like, it's always nice to prove, because it's easy to grow up and think like, oh, my childhood, the version of myself that was 12 is just a fool. And I can disregard that guy. But every now and then it feels so good to discover about certain things like, no, 12-year-old wizard was smart and right. And I feel like that must have been validating. Like, okay, kid MUTZI liked Guelph for a reason. He was right. It is good. I'm happy to be back here.
Yeah. Home is a hugely important part of our day-to-day life. And I guess to tie it back to things and stuff, like the way that we decorate and beautify our spaces and have our environments be speaking to what we're passionate about and our interests is a great thing. I think that like that's a wonderful thing. For a while I was really interested in being an interior designer.
Oh, I can see that.
But that wasn't in the cards for me. But I get my fingers in the mix a little bit. And
your home has very beautiful feng shui. I'll say that.
I owe that all to my loving partner, Tessa Ray.
Oh, Tessa Ray is an artist and a half.
She has such a good eye for it. And really knows, how do I say it? She's like way better with her things than I am, where this is the kind of side of having a lot of stuff that I feel like isn't so good as like where you're like, oh, I need my stuff, and you're like making the hoard. Like she's not precious about some things in the way that I am. But she encourages me a lot too to be like, maybe some of this stuff, it's time to go. She just had a yard sale last week in the ward.
Wow, I wish I was there.
It was like old school yard sale, get out the signs, word of mouth.
Were there foldy tables involved?
There was some foldy tables involved.
Yeah, that's how you know it's real old school. Brought
out the picnic table to the front, and
yes,
it was awesome to be able to share some of these things with the people that, I love it personally when I encounter something that I love, just like without anticipation or expectation to it. So like the good people of the park just walking through the neighborhood, and then all of a sudden there's
I'm sure you got a lot of sweet walk-bys.
There was.
In good old Aramosa River Park. That's so fun. There's like, what an amazing feeling just being out and about for a walk and you stumble upon some lovely little yard sale and you just poke around. It's like such a cool, it's like almost, I might catch some heat for this, but I'm going to say that a yard sale is like the peak glorious best version of capitalism.
Yeah.
Where it's like, all right, it's me and another normal human person. We're standing in a yard. I've got some cash. We're going to do some bartering. And it's just like a equivalent exchange of value for thing.
Oh, yeah.
And all the stuff that you find at a yard sale, ideally, or the stuff that you walk away with, is like, has magical, like, history and potent energy. I'm like, yep, that's what I want. That's how I want to be getting objects. In an ideal world, we would get everything from yard sales. You go down to the utilities yard sale, and you'd be like, "Oh, I'll take some water for this month."
I think we'd definitely value our water a lot more if that was the case. Like,
yeah, you're right.
Paying big bucks for this.
Yeah, I don't know if that would work too well, but it's a kind of a funny idea, isn't it? A lot of yard sales.
It's definitely a win-win where it's like, this is going for me, and then somebody else takes that on and, keeps that train alive in terms of the item's value and worth to them. I would love to introduce this kind of first item to you.
Yeah, let's do it. The passion item number 1.
So I really love journaling, and not in like a formal sense where it's like, oh, I do this, every night at 5 p.m. But like these books that I draw pictures in, save little knickknacks. I really love illustration and like getting some designs down, and I'm quite contented with the idea where I can look back on them, but it's not really for like other people's eyes. It's definitely like a self-fulfillment kind of thing. So this is not one of my journals, but this was something that I found
Look at this.
at a little antique store. It's a very unique little book, listeners.
I'll describe. It's this little book. It's about the size of like a credit card, but a little taller than a credit card. And it says on it, I'll read the whole entire front. It's got quite a few words. The only legal reserve fraternal society in Canada, Ancient Order of Foresters, Insurance Branch, Insurance at Cost, W.R. Woodstock, High Chief Ranger, Toronto.
So
Ancient Order of Foresters? That's amazing.
that definitely piques my interest.
Yep.
And I really love like Canadiana, and the shape of this tiny little book caught my eye. Wanted to know more. It's marked for $2, which in my mind, I'm like, I hope it's empty. I want to put some little drawings of my own in this unique little book. And it, in fact, turns out to be somebody's journal from 1914.
Get out of here.
So when
Oh
$2
my
at the
God.
antique store, seeing it was like, now I've got myself like a mystery. And when I told my parents that like I found this tiny little book and it's a journal, they were like, "You're not going to read it, are you? Like that's like invading in somebody's journal." And like, of course I'm going to read it. It's,
Mom and Dad, I love you, but like, what universe?
this is now a historical artifact in my mind. And
This person and everyone they knew is almost definitely deceased.
yes.
1914 is 111 years ago. That's, oh my God, that like stirs my soul.
And like take a peek at like this cursive. So
It's gorgeous. Oh my God, look at their writing.
So from what I've gathered from looking through this, like there's a number of mysteries still, like this person's name, but reading this anonymous journal at this point, it's like I found out that the journal's from 1914.
Yeah, January 1st, 1914, no less.
This is a person who's living in Toronto. They are kind of melancholic in disposition because they really emphasize when it's a dreary day in the city. Very interested in weather, sometimes going to church more than once in one day. And they go to walk through Queen's Park. They play cricket. And they go to practice frequently. They're skilled in roof repair. Like nothing that's like, whoa, this is juicy. But in terms of really interesting items that like are, in my mind, worth way more than $2. This like takes the cake in some ways. Like this is really, really neat.
Can I read one of these?
If you can read it, it's kind of hard to read with strong fluency, but it's.
It is. I can work out at least this first sentence. It starts with, damp, damn, dull, miserable day. Roads are an awful mess. With thawing snow, it began. Ooh, I can't read that word. With rain went. Yeah, it gets harder as it goes on. But that first part is so funny. Damn, dull, miserable day.
Very dreary day.
And they all are like very dull morning, like old country weather, mild and damp. But like, this guy it says, had a feed of a rabbit for supper. Delicious. This is amazing. I could pour all over that.
100%. Yeah, one of the other things that I think is kind of neat is like they're very, they're quick to journal whenever they get a letter in the mail. Like they're like, got a letter from the cousins.
Oh,
and,
that's amazing.
Sent out a letter at the post office.
I've been trying to be more of a letter guy. I've sent a couple letters in the past few weeks, and I want to do it some more. I have to pay back the karmic debt for the amount of kids who've sent me letters at Celtic, and I haven't returned letters, which I feel horrible about. So I just need to send letters to everyone I know who doesn't live in Guelph.
I try to be good about sending letters too, but my dear sweet granny gran is a very avid post enthusiast and sends out a great deal of letters, and I try to respond. I've been known to miss the mark. And the last time it would have been like I got like 3 letters and was like, man, I really need to write my dear sweet granny gran, and put it in the mailbox. Felt mighty pleased. Included a little bit of artwork for her and stuff too. That,
that's blessed.
When you send a letter to your grandmother, you know that that's getting straight refrigerator spot. Like,
That's
immediately.
boom. That's getting the nicest magnet.
I'm going to be hearing about this piece of art for a long time.
I need to do that for my Grammy Gram out in Saskatoon. Oh, that's such a bless. Maybe I'll even write that tonight and send her off.
The thing is, though, as soon as I put it in the mailbox, the Canada Post strike hit.
Boom!
And it's approaching time to get that next letter in the mail for Gran.
And now the rumblings are happening
exactly.
again.
I'm like, is it worth it? Yes, it is worth it. But here we are.
You gotta just try, Grammy. That's what Grammy Grandma want.
Mm-hmm.
So don't kowtow to big post, to big post union. You have to follow your heart, and they'll get around to it eventually. It'll probably just be a work to rule or whatever.
I hope so. I feel like my grandmother, one of the incredible things about her is also her cursive, and it's one of the things like I want to hold on to reflect back on. Like, she's very much alive still, but like
that's nice.
I always will associate her handwriting with her, and it's always a warm feeling of like peanut butter cookies and
that's beautiful
lemon meringue pie.
I was actually at home in Kincardine this last weekend, and I was reading through some letters that my recently deceased grandfather sent me, and that gave me this real cerebral, like warm, but also like, oh man, death is real. Someone's there, then they're not feeling. But I also I didn't put the letters away. I kept reading them because that's a good feeling to have. It's like, all right, Grandpa Larry, you're survived by these letters. Like, this is your handwriting. You made this.
Oh yeah.
And now it's here with me. I'm gonna keep it nice. So letters.
When did your grandfather pass away?
I think it was last spring. I think pretty much a year ago exactly.
Condolences, Wiz.
Yeah, thank you. He was a pious man.
Yeah.
And he taught me that word, pious, and he told a lot of stories to me when I was a kid. I think he had a real heavy impact on me in that capacity. He was the only really like devoted storyteller from the brain person in my life.
Yeah.
I think I really learned that skill, the gift of gab, from just seeing how that guy fluidly spoke and made things up and knew the patterns and larger shape of how to tell a good engaging story about him and his brothers getting into trouble,
He could spin a yarn.
He could spin a mean yarn. He could almost, manifest a whole sewing machine with his yarn spinning abilities. So,
would you be tempted to share a story of your grandfather that like he might have told like about?
Oh yeah, I'll tell one.
It doesn't have to be about his brothers, but we'll go tit for tat. And
okay,
yeah,
let's do it. He would tell this story about I forgot all the exact details. These are all very wishy-washy in my brain, but that's perfect. He would tell this story where him and his brothers would go out in their galoshes, right, in the winter, and they were living back then in Bruno, Saskatchewan, which is way up in northern Saskatchewan.
Okay.
Not all the way at the tippy top, but like into the real cold parts.
It's Bruno?
Bruno,
Okay.
which is right near Nipawin and the now famous Humboldt.
Yes.
Show it's the Humboldt Strong. We love those boys. My mom knew some of the parents. That my whole family comes from up there, or at least that side. And anyhow, so they're growing up in like the middle of nowhere, out on farms in the 50s, and they still didn't have like TVs, and they got everywhere in horse-drawn carriages because that's it's northern Saskatchewan. So there they are. They're out in their galoshes in the wintertime. They're like running around. He always talked about how they'd play hockey on the frozen pond, but he didn't call it a pond. He had some funny word for it. He called it like I forget what he called it. He had some funny word for a pond. And they'd hit around a piece of like frozen horse poop.
Oh, yeah.
That would be the puck. And they'd have to carve their own hockey sticks.
Oh, yeah.
And they came in one day, and their galoshes are all freaking wet and soaked and icy. And so their mom was out of town. She was in town, and Dad was probably doing some farming or some important dad business. And they know that Mom would always say, like, don't mess around. Like, just leave those just let them dry. Normal way. But they were a little stinkers, so they had the idea to pitch all their boots in the stove and melt them down in the stove, right? So they throw them in there, and they make a big fire in the stove because they put boots in the stove. And there's all smoke coming out, and Mom gets home and yells at them, and Dad gets home and yells at them. And the stories would always end. They'd always do some shenanigans like that, like almost burning their house down. Or one time they smoked a bunch of cigarettes when they were 10 and puked everywhere, and all that kind of little boys in the 50s shenanigans on the farm, Little House on the Prairie shenanigans. And the stories would always end, and they're told to go to the cherry bush and get a switch, and they get their butts whipped with a stick. Yeah. And yep, pretty crazy. That's my Grandpa Larry story when they almost burned the house down because they chucked their darn galoshes in the stove.
That's not got to be good for your galoshes.
No way.
You got to hang dry that for sure.
Exactly. And that's what their mom knew. She was this intelligent woman. I never met her. But so they say. Mm-hmm. Up there in old Bruno, Saskatchewan.
Wow.
In the farmstead.
My grandfather also passed away, and he, similar to your grandfather, I'm sure they would hit it off.
Most definitely.
Span a good yarn, and like it was kind of funny hearing his stories because he would frequently retell stories, which is kind of a trait that I've grown to love. Like hearing a story again, especially like a good oral story,
That's the oral tradition. That's
how
they get, you have to hear them a million times. That's the only way you're gonna pass it down.
He would just talk about like going to like, I'm gonna get this name wrong, but it was like the equivalent of like Newfoundland Center for Bad Boys Duds or something. Like he would just like say
duds.
He was kind of naughty. He would like go and play practical jokes. Spent for like recreation, like loved like riding pigs, like hopping on pigs and like giving them a good, he'd be like, the pig would be giving him a little piggyback, trying to get him off. And he grew up and lived quite a life and ended up working in Japan for a number of years, working for a camera company.
Maybe it was Fujifilm.
I think it was Nikon.
Nikon, yeah. That's
Is that the correct pronunciation of Nikon?
I think so. It's a Japanese company, Nikon, yeah. Nikon Coolpix.
Mm-hmm.
I think they make those cameras. I don't know.
I'm really sorry, Grandpa Dickie, if I'm getting that company wrong.
Turning in his grave.
He was a jokester, and he would go out for like work meals with colleagues, and my grandfather ordered puffer fish, which is like a specialty dish prepared in Japan.
And potentially dangerous, right?
And potentially dangerous if prepared incorrectly, and the work colleague like went to the washroom, and he was like, "Hey, everybody, like I'm gonna like pretend to die and like be in my bowl of soup," and he's gonna come back and freak out, and like it played through, and I don't know, I think that he like scared some of like his work colleagues a little bit by his antics.
Work colleagues are like, "What are you talking about, man?"
Yeah, he could spin a good yarn. I also like that quality of stories and good tales.
I try and do that at outdoor school a lot. I try to not expand my repertoire too much. There are certain stories I want to tell over and over again. Because I want, like, that's how a story actually sticks with a kid. Is they got to hear it a few times and have it become part, like, hear it when you're 10, hear it when you're 11, hear it when you're 5, and then you'll remember it forever. So that's a beautiful thing. Grandfathers, man.
Grandfathers.
We love our elders.
It ties into the next item I've got.
The next
over
item,
here.
yes.
This used to be my grandfather's. Do you want to describe it?
Oh my goodness. MUTZI has handed me this small, I would say, fist-sized wooden goose, and it's realistic. It's not super realistic, but it's like a medium. It's like a 7 out of 10 realism, where the 3 is like the cutesy factor.
I was absolutely just about to say the 3 is the cute factor.
It's like a cutesy, but clearly it's adorable. I love this. I have a friend of the show, Logan, collects wooden ducks. That's what this immediately reminded me of.
Oh yeah.
I love wooden ducks. I have a long history with them because of that. And this isn't a duck. Is it a duck or is it a goose?
I think that leans more goose to me than
yeah.
duck.
This is certainly a goose style bird, and it's a beautiful little object. It's like it got a very nice shine on it. It's got these cute little, like, buttony, like almost like Beanie Baby-esque eyes. That's great. This is such a good format for an episode of the show describing these beautiful little objects. Thank you for that.
I'm glad you like it.
And we joke all the time on the show about how our dear listeners should picture things, but never picture things too hard or they'll crash their car.
Yes.
Because it's 9 p.m. on a Friday and you need to focus on the road. Don't get tired. But being explicitly asked to describe an object, I feel, makes it so that I can adequately describe things so that they don't need to close their eyes to imagine. They can just allow my words to paint that picture.
You paint the picture beautifully, Wiz.
Thank you. Tell me, what's the context of this beautiful little wooden goose?
It's like sentimental. Like after he passed away, I got this little guy. And it used to be in a restaurant that he owned called the Gallagher House.
Wow. And
there was a set. And so now different family members of mine, like we all have a little cutesy goose that was my grandfather's. And I just really think it is a nice sentiment to him. And yeah, I like that it's like a connecting piece too, and you like spot the gooses at relatives' houses as well.
I really love that.
My parents talk about like when he had the restaurant and they would help serve. My grandfather prided himself on, making sure that the guests had the best experience possible, and not always to like the financial betterment of his restaurant, because he would ask guests like if they wanted seconds of the plate.
Wow.
And would just like,
that's awesome.
My mom talks about him after a guest was like, yes, I very much would like seconds, going and asking them if they wanted thirds of what they were having. And my mom was like, not about to ask them.
Dad,
that's
cut it out.
Too much.
That's so good.
Might as well invite the guests into the kitchen, just like help yourself to whatever you guys want. Mi casa, su casa.
Mi casa, su casa, baby. You just gave me a great idea for a future episode.
What's that?
My like equivalent grandpa dead gift thing.
With his letters too.
With his letters, yeah. Something he left for me was a bunch of school yearbooks. He was a teacher in Nipawin in northern Saskatchewan, and he gave me a bunch of yearbooks from the 30s and 40s, and they like are so surreal and memorable and interesting, and have these passages. Right, it'll be like Johnny just got back from the Great War, and he's ready to play some football. It's like, wow, history is real. It's really real, it happened to everyone.
Totally.
I should bring that in and read some excerpts from that on the show someday. It's just an amazing thing.
Do you also get kind of the feeling like I do when going through that tiny journal from 1914 where it's like same but different, where it's like there's a lot of common threads that somebody from over 100 years ago, like talking food and weather observation and going for walks and, you know.
Absolutely.
I think it's same but different. Like there's a lot of our, you know, technology's changed so much, and our values have, I'm hoping, just shift for the better since that time, and that we learn from history a little bit. But
people have always been people.
People have always been people.
People
There's
laugh
more
at
in
stuff
common
and they like going for walks, and there's a lot of stuff that yearbook in that little 1914. It's like these people are people, and people in the future. And what I always remember is like, and I need to project that onto the 10-year-olds I meet, where I'm like, oh, your brain is ruined by TikTok or whatever. It's like, well, people are people. You know, people who are 90 years old probably think my brain is ruined because I grew up with an iPod. And I didn't have to, you know, listen to all my songs on the radio. So who am I to say? People are people. Totally. These kids still are outside. They like going for walks too. So how different can we really be? Yeah,
and just like that perspective too, where it's like the past isn't that far away. Like looking at 1914, like that's like 4 or 5 generations back, and you know, like people with like lived experience through that time. And so I would love to do a quick pivot.
Let's do it. And we don't have a ton. We have about 15 minutes left, believe it or not.
Awesome.
So let's rally. Let's get through these objects.
Let's do it. So this is a business card I got. Call back to the yard sale that Aloe threw at our house. Aloe comes in and is like, is there like any records for sale? And I'm quite busy doing schoolwork inside. And I'm just like, tell him no.
Nope.
just sent them away. Yeah. But this person left a business card that says like looking for records and old fishing lures. And I was like, holy moly.
Isn't that, it says buying old record albums and fishing lures. And then on the back it says, also buying old stereo receivers, Marantz, Pioneer, Sansui, plus coin collections. What a character.
This is the energy that I was trying to focus into this passion show wizard, where it's like, this person knows what they like, and they're just like, I like this stuff, unashamed. I'm going to make business cards.
I like records. I like coins. I like lures. That's what I collect. I will buy them from you.
I just know.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I want to talk to this person and not necessarily sell them anything, but just be like, hey.
Pick that mind.
We got similar interests. Yeah. Let's talk about it for a little bit. I've recently started fishing. And
fishing's great.
Got a whole bunch of fishing lures. That's like another little tiny collection. But these are useful items, I find. Actually, I'm pretty terrible at fishing.
Me as well.
I feel like it's just pure luck for me. Like it's
big time.
The lure, my technique. I've tried to improve, but the technique only goes so far, and it's like a good deal of luck. Those fish go where they want to. I can't command them to be where they are.
The fish fear me. They feel my vibes. That's what our outdoor school friends say. Future guests, Matt and Davey. They say, Wizard, the fish can tell that you have impure thoughts, and they don't want to bite your line because of that. And I'm like, all right. I don't even care.
I wanted to
keep them coming.
like, yeah, go through some of these fishing lures, and like, if you were a fish, which one would you pick?
All right, perfect. That's a great segment. You're bringing all kinds of beautiful segments in here.
All right.
Okay.
There you go. You hear it, listeners?
Listeners, I hope you hear the jingle jangle of those many colorful fishing. Oh my gosh.
Okay. You are,
Blub blub.
you're like a lake trout.
I'm a lake trout.
You're in Lake Ontario right now. You're hungry.
Okay.
And the vibes are good. Like,
The vibes are good. It's a sunny
you can
day.
tell that no fisherman's throwing off the vibes
No,
with their
yeah. If anyone's
internalized
standing
energy.
out there, I'm thinking certainly they're just out for a stroll.
You see one of these, which one you biting?
I can imagine that I see all of them in a little row floating. And I'm like, I'm so hungry. Look at this beautiful spread. There's nothing dangerous about this situation. I'm going to describe the one I'm grabbing because I think it's going to be this one. Oh, yeah. Is it ever? Folks, dear listeners, I am holding a fishing lure that is oval shaped, almost seed shaped. It is credit card height. It is dimpled like a Japanese a kitchen knife. Like hammered. And it is sort of concave in shape, like a feather, with a linear dent down the middle. And attached to the bottom, there's this cute little red tag, and then this ginormous hook, a 3-pronged hook. And I would absolutely chow down on this thing, and then you would eat me.
This is a gigantic spoon, and the fact that you chose that one highlights the size of the lake trout you are.
I'm a
You're
big guy.
You're fierce. You're a couple years old.
Oh yeah.
You've been around Lake Ontario. You've seen what's up.
It's my time. It's my time to go.
It's a good choice. There's this
Thank you.
fishing company, Len Thompson,
Okay.
that specializes in making fishing spoons.
Uh-huh.
Guess which province he's from?
Newfoundland.
Mm-mm.
Saskatchewan.
It's Saskatchewan, 100%.
Shouts to the motherland.
Shout out to Len Thompson.
Len Thompson.
Your crazy spoons.
The crazy Len Thompson's crazy spoons.
They're like known for, if you can picture in your mind's eye, like a spoon shape, but it's the 5 diamonds. It's like maybe yellow with like red. That's the one I would probably eat if I were a fish.
That's blessed. If I were a fish, I would be so dead. I would eat one of those things. I'd be fooled. Oh, there's another page of notes. This is amazing.
I tried to
Look at
come
all
with
these-
something.
This is amazing. I'm getting more note-taking guests recently, and it really makes me happy. Not that I don't love all my guests who've come totally unprepared, which is good also. But having a nice little note spread it puts me at ease. It means my job is going to be easy today. Oh, no way. Oh, no way.
Let's jump into
This book.
Let's jump into it.
It's time. We've got a little less than 10 minutes.
This
It's
is
a perfect time for some reading.
This is Last Child in the Woods by Richard Louv.
Peter. I've never read it. It's just been influential in my life diagonally.
Would you like me to summarize this book
I would
for the
love you to.
listeners?
Please do.
Okay. This person is making the case that time outside as a child is incredibly important, and that likely children today don't get enough of that time, and it's resulting in them fearing time outdoors or being more resistant and much more content with the happier choice of just like chilling on the iPad, getting that screen time.
Mm-hmm.
Which so we both work quite extensively in the outdoors with kids through our time at camp, and then shout out to Guelph Outdoor School.
Shout out to Guelph Outdoor School.
Always doing some incredible stuff. I got to work there last summer and found it just like a huge rewarding experience to be able to continue that work.
I felt it was a huge rewarding experience to continue working with you.
Oh yeah, like that was incredible. I really, really appreciate that.
Quick little sidebar.
Yep.
I just remember this, and I don't want to forget, and I'd love to tell you this anecdote on the radio.
Let's do it.
Just real quick, a couple days ago, I did a field trip for a bunch of kids from Rockwood, and they were in grade 1 and 2. So they were all, so many of them had been campers at our Eramosa Eden location.
Oh, yes.
And 3 kids came up to me right after they got off the bus, and they're like, I remember you from the Dave skit. And you and me, MUTZI, we performed that Hey Dave skit.
We're performers.
We performed it in August of 2024. That's a long time ago for a kid who's in grade 1.
We're captivating performers.
And they remembered it instantly. They saw my face. They're like, you're from the Dave thing. That was the funniest thing I've ever seen. And so I thought you'd like to know that.
I love that.
We captivated those kids big time. It is memorable. And at Celtic, it's just another random thing. Who cares? But outdoor school, it's like we're injecting sugar into their veins. Just goes to show, it's different styles, but it just goes to show how stimulating Celtic can be and how gentle and peaceful and beautiful GOS is. And they can both use little bits of each other.
Absolutely. Definitely could use both a little bits of each other. And I think, always perfecting the system is the goal. But one of the things that I think this book highlights and that Guelph Outdoor School embodies is this idea that the effects of spending time outdoors as a young adult and as a child are far-reaching and really good for our bodies, our inner being, our sense of self, and the world around us. And I'm not going to read from this book, but inside the book is a gift that I got for trading a book with another staff member.
Wow.
Annie said,
oh, no way. Friend of the show, the past and future guest, Annie.
Annie is an incredible human being.
It's true. It's extremely true.
And said that if I brought her a book on mushrooms, that she would trade for some cool bird feathers. Mm-hmm. And Annie provided this 2 full wings of a kingfisher that they had discovered and have made them be able to last for a very, very long time.
That is stupendous, man. Oh my God. Annie, you beautiful soul.
Yeah.
Annie is a person I'm proud to know and to have a friendship with. Annie, if you're listening to this, we love you. This is amazing. These wings, they're small, once again, credit card shaped, like all good things. What does it say about me that I go right to that, eh? Maybe I should start saying, these are MUTZI's little 1914 book shaped.
It means we live in a materialist world right now.
Very true. It means that I've been thinking a lot about my debts.
Yes.
My creditors are coming after me.
Oh, no.
But, oh, no. These are beautiful little black feathers speckled with white. These sort of, very interesting patterns of wiggling lines and dots. And, oh, my God, I just love this so much. Thank you for putting that in my hand.
Thank you to Annie for being so thoughtful with your gifts and as a,
generous human being.
For me, it's kind of non-functional as an item. It's just an item that I really like.
A powerful, decorative.
It's gorgeous. I have one displayed as well. But it could be functional if I got into my fishing hook game. I've never fly fished before and don't really have to. I like to save some things for down the road, maybe after retirement, get really into fly fishing or something.
You don't want to jump the gun on that.
And fly tying. And I think this would be when this item shines, because then all of a sudden I'm starting to catch fish just like the kingfisher themselves.
Become kingfisher. That's so good. That's so good. All right, our time is almost up. Do you got anything else you want to show? We've got 2 minutes.
Okay. I would love to just do some shout outs. Okay. I am feeling especially blessed to be able to play music with a group of friends and my sibling Mark Dickey.
Friend of the show, future guest.
We're playing in a band, Tractor Beam. July.
Everyone, please check out Tractor Beam.
It's what has been one of the most rewarding experiences for me creatively, to be able to pour my heart and soul a little bit into the Tractor Beam. I play bass. I've got, Sasha is an amazing singer. He is our lead. We've got Teskey, who has been a future guest for sure, and just like
Coming up, hopefully.
the biggest homie, incredible musician and guitar player, and we have been able to play with Amara Shepherd.
Legend. Past and future guests once again.
Amara's doing cello for Tractor Beam, and it is game changer. I'm so excited for
Sick.
these future band opportunities to play live. We're going to do some recording soon, and we're going to be playing July 9th at the Horseshoe. If you're
At the Horseshoe?
at the Horseshoe.
I'll be there with bells on, baby. Nothing can keep me out. I love the Horseshoe.
If you've got nothing going on your Wednesday, you can come check it out.
Hit me up on Instagram, wizard.collective. We can carpool.
Mm.
And if you're listening to this, please hit me up. Please let me know. I would love any listeners to get in touch. And Tractor Beam. I've collaborated with Tractor Beam a few times. I make the website, done some photography, listened to Sasha's music since he was just a boy.
Yes, lifelong fan.
And it's amazing. It's so cool to me that you play with them and that you all play together, all my friends making music.
I'd love to give another shout out
Okay.
to our local record store, Royal Cat,
We love Royal Cat.
downtown. If you don't know, there's a tiny, beautiful record store filled with all sorts of goodness that Sarah runs in Guelph, and
I should reach out to Sarah.
She
She'd
would-
be a good guest on this show.
she would absolutely be a good guest, and has done so much for the music scene and for Tractor Beam and all these local artists. She really helps like uplift everybody and promote shows and keep our music and help sell it for our artists, which are super important. And I love that store, and it fuels my heart and my hobbies of collecting
That's a beautiful thing.
and music.
On that note, of collecting and music and filling of the cup, thank you so much for being on the show. There's a final little tradition that I like to do on the show where we share gratitude.
Hit me.
So I'm grateful. I'm grateful for clouds. I'm grateful for wind. I'm grateful for radio waves. I'm grateful for the generosity of this community and of my friends who lend their time to this show. I'm grateful for my collections. I'm grateful for my record collection. I love my records. I'm grateful for the things I don't collect too. I'm grateful for my austere, boring palace of a bedroom. And I'm grateful for you for being on the show. What are you grateful for, MUTZI?
I'm grateful for friends. I'm grateful for family that I have. I'm grateful for this community that I'm a part of here at Guelph. I'm grateful for relationship and how it grows and evolves over time spent with one another. And I am grateful for you, Wizard. Thank you so much for having me on this show.
It's been a pleasure of a lifetime. It's been a professional pleasure. I've been Wizard.
I'm MUTZI.
And please remember that only love will stop the killing. Over and out.